Your youngster is feeling miserable with flu and fever. Should you give him aspirin? According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, if he has flu or chickenpox, the answer is no. In one study, 97% of the children who developed Reye's syndrome, a disorder resembling meningitis, had taken aspirin during bouts of chickenpox and influenza. Reye's syndrome is one of the leading causes of brain damage among younger children. So if your youngster has flu or chickenpox, don't use aspirin or any other medication like aspirin containing salicylates, such as over-the-counter cough and cold remedies. Check first with your doctor.
Tuesday, the roommates are making headlines on Three's Company.
Extra, read all about it.
And Flyman's climbing the building.
Call the SWAT team.
9 to 5.
Do them at 11.
Then, when a deranged woman falls for Jonathan, it's the kiss of death on Heart to Heart.
Tonight on ABC.
What you got, stranger?
The waiting is over.
But the celebration has just begun.
We'll show you the people, the places, and the parties that make Hollywood's Night of Nights a dream come true.
Starting at a tuxedo fitting with Garp's John Lithgow.
Then, backstage at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion for emotion-packed reactions from the winners and losers. And on to the star-studded circuit of Tinseltown bashes.
Including the prestigious Governor's Ball.
That's black tie, of course.
Of course.
We'll see you there.
Entertainment tonight at 7:30 tonight, only on Channel 7.
Oscar winners and losers.
Today at 5.
Oh, boy, our very own private plane. What an extravagance.
We're on our honeymoon, my darling. There's no extravagance too extravagant.
That's what I like to hear.
Well, we're down in the Caribbean. We might as well explore some of the other islands. And flying is quicker, easier.
I wonder what St. Andrews is like.
I've never actually been there, but I'm told it's slightly larger than St. Eleonora. It's also very British and very charming.
Who told you that?
Oh, someone I know who has a house on the island. An old friend.
An old friend? You didn't tell me we were going to visit anybody.
I never said we would.
Oh, so we're not expected?
No. I said we might drop in if we feel like it. Right now, I feel like being with you.
That's the way a honeymoon should be. Well, I wonder where Tom Timmons is.
Who?
Tom Timmons, he's our pilot.
How'd you know his name?
You must have mentioned it.
Well, I knew his name was Timmons. I didn't realize it was Tom Timmons.
Huh. Maybe I just read it somewhere.
Well, here he is.
You'd be the Devereaux, I take it.
Yes.
I'm your pilot, Tom Timmons.
I'm Ian Devereaux. This is my wife, Ray.
Oh, yes, it's nice to meet you both.
Are we ready to go?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I filed my flight plan. The co-pilot is aboard. And I've taken a long look at Bridget.
Bridget?
The aircraft, ma'am. That's how she's known in the islands. Old Bridget.
Uh-huh. Old, huh?
Oh, well, it's just a fond way I have of describing her. She's not more than 2 years old. And she's fit and steady as the wife she's named after.
Great, wonderful. So when do we go?
Well, we're about ready for takeoff now, so if you're ready...
Oh, would you bear with me? I need some film.
Seems like a nice man, you're Mr. Devereaux.
Yeah, he is.
And he thinks we're headed for St. Andrews. And you're asking me to land at St. Honoré.
Yeah, well, I told you it's his birthday, and we planned this big surprise party, and all our friends are going to be on this island, so, you know, we can't disappoint them. It's all planned.
Well, I don't know. You know, it's not my way to be hired to do one thing and then do another. He seems like a man of good faith, and I'd hate to be the one to pull any carpet out from under him.
Oh, please, come on, just for this special occasion. I mean, for this occasion, maybe you can just have one little tiny breach of faith besides, Here, I have a little something for you.
Well, if you take full responsibility...
I do.
All set, Mr. Timmons. All aboard for St. Andrews.
Right this way, sir.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Safeguard Deodorant Soap. People like Safeguard so much it's always the smallest soap in the house. And by all-temperature cheer, tough on dirt in today's cooler temperatures.
Remember roller rinks? I always skated with my Steady Eddie and my favorite white pleated skirt, at least till creepy Jimmy Carlson started showing off.
But Mom cleaned it with Cheer and hot water. Today, I wash differently, in more warm and cold water. And Cheer knows it. That's why today's all-temperature Cheer is so tough and warm and cold. How tough? Tough enough to clean these in warm, and tough enough to clean this collar in cold, and without pre-treating. Here's that collar. Cheer cleaned it in cold without pre-treating. And these, Cheer did great and warm. See? Cheer's changed with the times. Even roller skating's changed. But I think I can adapt.
In today's cooler temperatures, you can trust today's Cheer.
Just because I rode away for a free bar of Safeguard doesn't mean everyone else can use it.
Give me a break, Dad. One try and I was hooked on the lather. Anyway, it's a free bar.
Yeah. Why should you be the only one who gets all that Safeguard deodorant and soap protection? I tried it. I liked it. I need it.
And don't forget, the fresh scent.
Well, what about these soaps you paid good money for?
They just don't have that combination of rich lather and great protection like Safeguard does. Here, it's a little small.
Better a small Safeguard than no Safeguard.
See for free how great Safeguard is. Write free Safeguard, Post Office Box 8000, Clinton, Iowa, for a bat-sized bar coupon. Then watch Safeguard become the smallest soap in your house.
Miss Montgomery's recovery and subsequent statement about her attacker have exonerated Dr. Miles Cavanaugh of the assault charge. Well, you can mark that one down to a happy ending.
Thank heaven. I know of another story I'd like to be writing about. Nicole's exoneration.
I know. That would be most gratifying. It would make a lot more people happy.
Yeah. When I was interviewing Miles for this item, all he wanted to talk about was her innocence. He wanted to use his confession of guilt to exonerate her.
He should know you better than that.
Yeah, well, he finally understood I wasn't going to be responsible for making a statement like that. Would that be David Cameron? He likes to drop in early.
Couldn't be. He's in Washington. Valerie, what a pleasant surprise. Come on in. We're just having breakfast. Will you join us?
Hello, dear. Nice to see you.
It's nice to see you.
Sit down.
Thanks. Will you have some breakfast?
No, I've already eaten.
Oh, well, some coffee. Sure.
Well, you're an early bird this morning. How come?
Well, I know this is the best time to catch you before you start your busy day.
Good thinking. We'd have hated to miss you.
Right. How are you feeling? You look wonderful. Your spirits any better?
Somewhat improved, all things considered.
Well, I know it's small comfort, but you've got to give yourself time.
Time, yeah. I feel like I'm recovering from a long illness.
From which you'll recover, we know that.
Well, you know, I've had a lot of time to think these past few days about myself, about you, and about the future.
First, then, and most important, what about yourself?
Me. Well, as painful as this whole thing with Sky has been for me, emotionally, I feel that it's been an important learning experience. I found out a lot about myself.
I hope you like what you found.
You said you'd also been thinking about us.
Yeah, and the fact that I resented you very much, that I felt angry whenever I thought about the fact that you knew all along what was happening.
That's perfectly understandable, Valerie.
But I understand that you couldn't help what you did. And neither could Sky, and that we were all just manipulated. I want you to know that my feelings for you haven't changed. And that I will always feel the deepest affection for both of you.
You are so special. And we're very grateful that you tried to understand the difficult situation we were in there throughout the entire episode.
We've talked about yourself and us. Now, what about the future?
Well, that was the other thing I came to tell you. I've thought about it a lot.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Are you sure?
Hello? Yes, Sky. How's it going?
Mission appears to be accomplished. I got a hold of Raven, and I alerted her to the fact that Ian is persona non grata in France. And right now, the two of them are on their way to the nearest French island.
St. Honore?
Right, and you're going to handle things from there, right?
I'll take care of it at once. I've got the people standing by.
Good. Let me tell you something, Mike. It is going to be a relief not to have to wear this damn makeup anymore.
Yes, I can understand that. Yes, thanks, Sky. Uh-huh. We'll talk later.
What, Mike? I'd like to speak to him.
Sky, hold on a minute. Valerie, are you really sure you want...
Yes, yes, please. Sky, this is Valerie.
Valerie?
I stopped by the cars this morning, and since you called, I just wanted to find out if things were working out for you.
Oh, well, that's very nice. That's very nice indeed. As a matter of fact, things are working pretty well so far. Things are going according to plan.
I'm glad.
And I'm glad to have this chance to tell you how sorry I was about having to leave so early the other day. I hope that when I get back to Monticello, I can explain to you a bit more fully why I had to put you through such a difficult time.
Sky, that isn't necessary. In fact, it's not even going to be possible.
Oh. Well, if you don't want to see me again, that's understandable.
No, it isn't that. It's just that I'm not going to be here. I'm leaving Monticello. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to go back to Switzerland. I have friends there. It may be that I'll end up living there. I don't know. I just feel that I need to put some distance between Monticello and me, at least for a time.
Wow. I can understand that, but Val, you've got a lot of friends in Monticello, and you've got a thriving business there. I mean, you may want to think about it.
I've thought about it, Sky. Very carefully. As a matter of fact, it's why I came by the cars this morning. Because of all my friends here. They're the ones I'm going to miss most.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to miss you, too. But since I'm not going to be seeing you in person, then I'll tell you now what I would have said. And that is how deeply sorry I am to put you through all that you've been through.
I wish you happiness, Sky. I hope you get what you want. Goodbye.
Hi.
Magnificent day for a flight, Mr. Timmons.
It is that, isn't it?
Yeah, who's flying this thing?
Oh, the co-pilot is flying it, Mrs. Devereux.
So how long is it going to take?
Oh, it takes about a half an hour, and I want to make it as enjoyable as possible. So, in honor of the occasion, I've brought aboard a bottle of good Irish whiskey.
Oh, boy.
Very kind. Irish whiskey.
As Irish as Daniel O'Connor. We should have some Irish crystal to pour it in, but I guess these plastic cups will do.
These will do nicely. Would you care to join us?
No. Oh, I never drink when I'm aloft. Especially Irish whiskey. Well, if I had any of that, I'd lose my senses and my license. I'll make up for it when I get back to God's green earth.
Well, I'll be glad to see that, too.
Well, in honor of the occasion, Sláinte, happy birthday.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's Sláinte. It's Irish for cheers. Prosit. Here's mud in your eye.
But you said happy birthday. It's not my birthday today.
Was it Mrs.?
It's our anniversary, darling. We've been married a whole week. Sláinte.
Sláinte.
Think of this mask as makeup, oils, dirt that dull your complexion. Lift it away. Start clean, fresh, with Pond's Essential Cleansing Lotion and Makeup Remover. It's rinseable. The one essential lotion you smooth on. Rinse dirt, rinse makeup gently away. The one essential for clean, beautiful skin.
Beautiful skin. Created by Pond.
Pond's Essential Cleansing Lotion and Makeup Remover.
Used to be when Billy had a fever, I didn't know who felt worse, him or me. I was never sure just what to give him. Then I found out what more pediatricians give their own kids. Children's Tylenol.
To bring down your child's fever fast, trust Children's Tylenol.
Children's Tylenol.
It makes us both feel better.
Trust aspirin-free children's Tylenol, the one more pediatricians give their own children. Now safety sealed 2 ways. All bottles are tightly wrapped and all cartons are securely glued.
Want some more coffee?
No.
Want to hear a funny joke?
No.
Want to see me tap dance?
You don't know how to tap dance.
I know, I just wanted to make sure you were paying attention.
Sorry.
You know, Cliff, I know you're disappointed about this seance fiasco. I know you wanted to prove Gunther Wagner guilty, and you didn't. But if you recall, when you first came up with this idea, I told you it was a turkey.
You know, Dee Dee, you are never so appealing as when you're telling me, I told you so.
Thank you.
Oh, it's not Gunther Wagner, that seance fiasco. That's not why I'm writing out this list.
What is it?
Did you know that Mrs. Goodman was a prime suspect for the police? I mean, she had plenty of motives for wanting Nora Fulton dead. She had a long-standing personal vendetta with her.
So, did the police still suspect her?
No, she established her alibi last night.
Now, how do you know that?
Oh, I have ways of getting information.
So, is it a solid alibi?
It's concrete. She had 6 cops to vouch for her.
Cops?
Yes. She was in the 9th precinct at the time. She was getting out her son-in-law from paying bail for a gambling charge. Why am I laughing about it?
Now, how do you know that?
I have ways of getting information.
You know, Cliff, I think you should give up all this detective stuff and just stick to trying to come up with a good, sound strategy for the defense for our client.
You know, Dee Dee, I think you ought to learn how to tap dance.
Ha, ha, ha. So how many names do you have there on that napkin?
Not many. Not many left. People who vaguely knew Nora Fulton.
So name a name.
I think it was Sky Whitney.
Ha, gotcha. He's got an airtight alibi. Calvin told me that it has been verified that he was at a public restaurant having dinner with Valerie Bryson.
How did you get Calvin to tell you that?
I have ways of getting information, too.
You know, Sky Whitney and Gunther Wagner aren't the only people in that household.
4.5 million, 450,000, 2.06 equals, total. $60 million cash? No, that can't be right. It is.
I'm sorry, Camilla. I shouldn't be boring you with my autobiography.
You are not boring me. I just don't understand why you feel the need to justify your life, Spencer.
Because you have made me hate what I am. You and Skylar Whitney have made me hate myself.
Darling, I'm sorry.
I just never realized what went with this job. Contempt. But we felt it. You did too when you were married to him.
No.
But I never planned on Skylar Whitney feeling it. I thought he would be so grateful to me because I'm the one that gave him everything he has now. But oh no. The minute I went to work for him, back came that old contempt. That's why I have to do it.
Are you talking about the liquidation, the money?
Yes, I'm talking about the money. I'm doing everything Sky Whitney ordered me to do. I'm selling everything he owns. I'm turning it into hard cash, but he is taking huge losses, just like I predicted. He just will never know how big those losses really are.
Spencer, do you mean... Good Lord.
It's very pretty, isn't it? Something very aesthetic about a lot of money.
And you're not going to return this to Mr. Whitney?
There is no way possible that he can know it's gone, Camilla.
Spencer, you're wonderful. You...
$60 million American dollars. I have access to all of it.
Caught you, you thief!
Lasagna for breakfast?
Oh, Mom. It's a slumber party.
Okay, but you will clean up
All that grease? Ew, gross.
No, Dawn.
Ugh, finished. Forgot a glass. You forgot it, you wash it. After that greasy pan? Try it. Dawn will handle it. The water doesn't feel greasy, and neither do my hands. And this glass looks as good as the first one you washed.
Look, add half a cup of grease to Dawn dishwater. Dawn breaks up grease, takes it out of your way, helps keep it away, so dishes come out clean.
Dawn's great.
So, if lasagna's breakfast, what's dinner?
Cornflakes.
Dawn takes grease out of your way.
Happy birthday!
Oh, Jimmy, the floor's wet. No, it's dry. I washed it hours ago. What? Oh, you're kidding. Wow, that shine made me think it was wet. Using something new for your no-wax floor? Yep. New Lemon Bright Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean is new? Sure is. It's a whole new Mr. Clean. New Lemon Bright color, new fragrance. Terrific. Really lemony. And a new brightening formula that's even better than before. I'll say. It really shines. And no dull film or streaks. Even Armstrong approves it for my no-wax Solarian floor. With a shine like this, I approve too.
New Lemon Bright Mr. Clean brings out a no-wax shine so bright, you may wonder, is it wet or is it dry?
No, it's dry.
Caught you in the act, didn't I, Spence? Stealing the boss's liquor again, huh?
You should know about that, Gunther.
Oh, yeah, sure. I steal a little nip now and then, but I mean, look at that. I mean, you've really been knocking back the supply. You know, Mr. Whitney's going to have to use one of old Bowie's techniques. Hey, remember when Bowie used to draw a line on the bottle with a little piece of chalk?
No, I don't, but how did you get around the problem?
I just wiped off the chalk line, helped myself, and drew another mark.
Well, I doubt Schuyler's going to be that particular, but if you feel it's important, you be sure to mention it when he gets back.
When's he going to be back? Got any idea?
None at all.
Well, anyways, I guess you're in no big hurry for him to get back, are you? You know, I'll bet anything you've been stalling these business deals on him.
Oh, really? What makes you think so?
Hey, it stands to reason. The longer it takes you to liquidate his holdings, the longer you got a job, huh? I tell you, when you make the last deal, it's going to be bye-bye, Varney.
Gunther, you are a perfect example of a Neanderthal man.
Thanks a lot, Spence.
Don't mention it, and don't let me throw you into a tailspin by reminding you that you will be out of a job when the boss gets back.
Not me. Mr. Whitney needs me. I am useful, baby.
Oh, please, spare me the details.
Hey, no kidding. Listen, I'm real serious, Spencer. You got any plans for the future?
No, I haven't given it any thought, Gunther.
Well, you ought to, you know, for your own sake. Hey, listen, it's not every day that you come by a job like this. Business manager. You know it was a lucky shot. Anyway, I guess you'll have to rely on your real talents now, a domestic servant type like me, huh? Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Whitney residence?
Spencer, it's Sky.
Yes, Sky.
Look, I'm going to be returning tonight on Flight 8. I'll be arriving at Monticello at 9:15 this evening, so have Gunther there to pick me up. You got that?
Flight number 8 at 9:15. Yes, he'll be there sharp. Okay. Goodbye.
Bad news, huh, Spence? The boss is coming back. Too bad. I guess you'll have to check the classified ads for help wanted. Domestic, huh?
Well, Mr. Timmons, that was a perfect flight. Most enjoyable.
Oh, it's my pleasure, sir, and I hope to see you soon again.
Well, of course, you're flying us back, aren't you?
Yeah, it was a wonderful flight. Thank you.
Oh, not at all, Mrs. And happy no. I mean, happy anniversary, right? And may the wind always be at your back.
What do you think it was that made that chap think it was my birthday?
I don't know. He's such a character. Come on, let's get this over with. Come on.
why that French flag is on a British island.
But, monsieur, Saint-Honoré has always been French.
Oh, my God. That idiot pilot has flown us to the wrong island.
Oh, Joe, Tucker Inn is still the same. Look, the swing's still here.
Remember how it squeaked?
Sarah, hi.
Remember us, the newlyweds?
Strawberry pie
And Cool Whip.
Every night. Still have strawberry pie. And nothing could take the place of the homemade fresh taste of Cool Whip.
Makes your desserts worth coming back for.
Great.
Going out to the swing? Homemade fresh taste is why Cool Whip is on top.
Original and dairy recipe.
Terrific chicken and rice. Terrific chicken and rice. Terrific chicken and... Where's the rice?
Not so terrific, Mrs. Lamont. It came out wrong and took 25 minutes.
Should have used minute rice for perfect rice every time in 5 minutes.
Minute rice always turns out right. Always fluffy, always light, always...
Delicious.
Perfect every time. Now your dish
It's going to be perfect in 5 minutes.
Minute rice. Perfect rice in 5 minutes.
On All My Children,
Thank you.
Enjoy your dinner.
a mystery guest visits Verla in Pine Valley. Who will it be? Tune in Wednesday. All My Children.
One moment, please, monsieur.
Look, old chap, we're in rather a hurry. Could you possibly speed things up?
I am sorry, but one must be very careful about these matters.
Yes, I understand, but what I'm trying to explain to you is that there's been a mistake. I know it sounds unlikely, but that pilot has flown us to the wrong island.
But yes, you are most certainly on the wrong island. Monsieur Devereaux, if you would please step this way.
Look, I am trying to explain to you that there's been a serious mistake.
I am afraid the mistake is yours. Gendarme. Monsieur Devereaux, you are under arrest.
People are talking about the great taste of Vlasic pickles like never before.
Here, my dear. Try a Vlasic pickle.
Why, thank you, dear. Now, that's the best tasting pickle I ever heard. Hey, Jimmy, want to trade? Sure. Want a Vlasic pickle? Okay. Now, that's the best tasting pickle I ever heard.
Vlasic pickles. Try them and you might say...
今までにない美味しいのピコを聞きました。
Do you want your family to have taco shells made from fresh-tasting real corn or processed corn flour? Ortega shells are made from real corn. That's because Ortega has corn-thenticity. Corn-thenticity because Ortega's made authentically from real corn kernels. So every delicious bite has a fresh corn taste. So crunch into an Ortega taco. It gives your family the fresh taste of real corn. The fresh taste of Ortega corn-thenticity.
The barn fumes when Joni and Chachi change their tune from rock to folk on Happy Days. Then Laverne plays tricks to restore Weezer's confidence after she fares better at punching out bullies than he does on Laverne and Shirley. And the roommates make headlines when a newspaper man goes public with their big secret on Three's Company. After, the women have to put it all together when the company's annual report winds up in the shredder on 9 to 5. Then on Heart to Heart, Jennifer is marked for death when a woman decides that Jonathan is the man of her dreams. Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight, storefront health clinics. Faster, easier than hospitals. They could save you money, but are they safe?
There is little to ensure continuity of care.
ABC News, uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
On All My Children.
Thank you.
Enjoy your dinner.
A mystery guest visits Verla in Pine Valley. Who will it be? Tune in Wednesday. And on the edge of night.
Let's slow down.
Ooh.
Nice and dreamy.
Oh, let me put on some music.
Has Jody finally fallen for Preacher? All My Children, the edge of night. Weekdays. Wednesday.
This man's a walking disaster area.
Cleavon Little joins the Fall Guy as they run for their lives.
Then.
He is murdering my baby.
It's a fight for life.
Nobody's gonna cut her.
And only one chance.
You better move him.
Ryan's 4. Then.
To friendship.
A new alliance. And revenge.
Miserable.
On Dynasty.
Tomorrow,